Hello and welcome back for this video. In this video we will speak about the project I'm creating, the single sign-on system authentication. And today I will speak about how you can log in, and we always already can log in. But what happened now, you are ending up with the login succeeds and you don't do anything else. We don't bind the account ID to the access token. We don't save the login tokens from JVT inside the access token. So when you're pushed back to confirm this from the client to the client side, for example my website, then we don't have anything to work with from the server side after that. That's what I want to speak about today. So when we're logged in, I will check are you allowed to go into this provider. If you're not, then I will block it up and you will hit the confirm page. If you press I accept, then you will be sending back for the website. If not you accept, then nothing happening. And of course, if you already is here and you accept it for the provider, then we will already sending you back for the website. That's what I want to work with today, and I really hope you will stay here to see the video. I appreciate your time, and I hope you want to subscribe to this channel. If you don't know how you can do this, you can go in the right corner and press the thing, then you will subscribe my channel. I'll be very happy about that. If you have any questions, please make the comments below in the comments fields, and everything about the video, the GitHub project and something like that, you can find it in the description below. So I think it's time to read some code now. Thank you to have you here today, and let's begin. So let's go in for the code editor, and the first thing we should do is going for the form here, and we already have the sign in. I will just minimize this. We will need two new functions. The first one should be confirm access, and the second one should be in development mode, response in development. That's what we want for this one. And what we're going to do now, it's going for the app. We need to add those two functions so we can work with those. And scrolling down for the app, the Python, and down below here we just copy this line, and I will add the confirm access, and then we have the name, the suppose, and we need some get to. In this file, the confirm access, we need both a get and a post handler, and then we need a new one. It's just a get, and this is a response in development, and then we just say inside have response in development, and we're going back here. That's the three things we need. So now we can going back for the form here and continue. Then we need to go in for the ODM here for the access token, and in the access token we need two more. We need the account ID, should be object ID, and then we need the account token string fields. And the fields here we used, it's because when you're logged in and you start logged in correct, of course, then we need to bind the account ID for you. But right now we don't know anything about it yet, so that's why we will add the access token. So when you are confirmed and you accept the provider, then we will handle the login information inside this token. and the only way we can access for this token, we will create it later, it will only be if you are administrator. So the token is hidden behind the scene based on the ID you get. When you return to the client, then the client server can take it down in the server side, so the normally client can do this and use the private key you have for the provider, and then you can ask based on the private key and the provider ID and the access token. All the three things should match. Then you send it in the header and then we confirm it. That's why we need this right now. Let's going back for the account, the form, sorry, and then we're going into sign in and we're scrolling down here to the alert here. That's what we want to remove now and do the next step. So let's going inside here and make the first one. We need the account token. I don't know about we have it already. We don't. So we just say from ODM access token, and then we need to say import. We already have it. Yes, as ODM access token. And I know we need the account too, so let's add it to, and then we need to account as ODM account, and then I know we need the provider too, so that's we want to add inside as ODM provider. And I will just scroll a little bit down so we have it here. And for now we can just say access token is equal to ODM access token, and we need to say the access, not account, is equal to request and arguments, and then the get, and that's the access token. And what we need to do now is just update here. And if you can't remember why I use double star, it's just so I don't need to use equal to la comma, then meaning I can use it more dynamically, and that's a nice way I think to do. So that's why I'm doing it. So set account ID is equal to account data ID, and then we need to respond with the token too, and this one, and we just need to see about its response, the token here, account data, where we get this from. It's up here, and I just need to spot the account ID. We don't get that. We get the ID and the token, so that's fine. Going back and going down here, and then we just do something here. Say if object ID, I need this from basin object ID here, and I need urllib2 pass, whoops, and UL encode, and I want my locking. Let's move them below here. Object ID, and then we ask for the request and environment provider ID. It's in account data providers, and that's we don't have yet. I will going back for the verify function, and then we will add the providers, so else will this function will not working. And then we say providers equal to ODM provider, and then we say the primary key is this one, that's it for now, I think. Nope, we have an else statement here, pass, and we will the provider will have in different settings. So I think maybe we will build the settings after. So first, let's say if the provider here, settings, and in development it's true, then we say pass, else pass. We add logging, I think that's fine. Providers in development mode and return to the confirm page. That's not correct. That's meaning if we already here, providers in development mode, sending to response in development page. Else we will say logging info and confirm access, sending back to row plus site URL. That's what we want here. And logging info, and we'll say provider not found for this account, setting to confirm page. And we have a log here, provider found, prepare for a return to page statement. And that's I think we have right now, and then we're going for the ODM for the provider because we need something inside here. So let's going for the ODM for the provider. We are here, and for this I think we will remove the domain, but not for now. I'll do it probably in the future because we don't want to need it. But for now I will just add settings. I think we need to add a little bit space here so it's more nice to see about. So our settings here, and the settings will be embedded document, and embedded fields. That's what we want to do now. And I'll go up and create a new class. This class will be provider settings, and this will be embedded document, and that's what we want to do down here. And inside here we want the logo UL, and this should be a string field. And we need a site UL, string field too, and then we need the site SSL about is the domain it's running on SSL or not. Of course, I will always recommend anybody to run an SSL, but in some cases you probably don't want the SSL. It could be you use some internal website or something like that, but still always use SSL if you can use it. As default I want to say false, and that's because I expect when you're creating this provider, then you probably do it in the development mode, and when you're in development mode, then you probably don't want to use SSL at the first time. So that's why I'm choosing this. And these days it's privacy, it's very good, so I will include the privacy UL. And then we have the terms of service, that's people love too, so that's what we want. and it's make very good sense, so people know what they have to deal with the website. We have the cancel URL, and the cancel URL I will use to when you press on did you want to get access for this website, yes or no. If you press cancel, you're hitting back for the website and say, oh, you will not be able to log in here, and then you need to do it one more time. And then we have the accept URL, and the accept URL you want to use after you have logged in and you have confirmed. You'll be returned back for accept URL, and this accept URL will only be there if you don't have adding the real tag inside the security URL. I hope you can follow me. So that's what we want here. And then we have three stuffs now. The first one we will work with in this video, that's with the in development, and the default value here should be true. When you create a new provider, it's always going for true. And then we have IP whitelist. This whitelist, I think a little bit about it. I think I will use this only for administrators, because you have the guest sign in, and inside here we can just say true and false, and then you're allowed. But I'm not 100% sure right now. I just know for now I want to the IP whitelist. And then we have roles, and my idea with roles, it's to build some role system for that. So I think that's good to have for now, and we can always remove it if we want. And in this, yeah, this feels great. I want strings inside, strings fields, and I don't want to bind it for IPv4 and v6, so let's do this, IPv4 and IPv6. Let's do it this way, because then we can make some max links on the IP addresses when we hit this one. And that's the provider, about the provider settings we need to change before we can continue. So let's jumping back for the form here and do what we need to do now. Oh, we have one function more before we going back. Inside here we need in the account, and then the verify. In the verify here we speak about you can see we need to account ID, and then we need something down here where we get it. We have the providers, yeah, account providers, and it's not going inside here. You can see it again. We never return it, so I'll just say providers here in only fields, and then I think here in return we even not returning the ID, so let's returning the providers, and should be about the account providers, and then we need the ID here, and I'll just copy this, because if we don't do this, we can't, when we're going back here to the form, we will never get the providers, and then we get an error. And when we want to update the ID before we check about it's you're in, yeah, so a lot of stuff we need to do here before we can create this function done, but now we are ready to continue. So if we are hidden here to return the provider about this development mode, then we need to say return and redirect, and then we're going inside here, whoops, to the F, and then we just say form response in development and then we have the URL encoding. And what I think we just need to do is say URL encode and request arguments. It's because we can have everything here in the arguments, so we need to send it in the next step. And then the code should be 302, and we need again to import something here with Flask, and scrolling down, and then we have redirect support, and that's for the if you are developer mode true. And else I think we need to confirm this one, but I think we need to do, I'm just thinking about, yeah, if you're not inside here, we need to confirm. That's what we want. So let's going down here to say return redirect, and in the redirect we want the form and confirm access. Or if you can hear the sound, that's my dog. Yeah, it's pretty annoying when I'm recording, but he's so cute. And then we have the URL encoding and request, and then arguments, and then again a code 202. That's what we want. And the account, what I'm working with, let's go in for the account here, and you can see I have provider now. I'll just edit here and remove the provider. That's the old provider I'm playing with before, and now I don't have any provider. And I just need to see about the development mode for the provider here. No, wrong. Provider and administrator. We need to add something. Whoops. We need to change this one, else it will be broken. We need to set settings. In the settings we need the development mode to set true. That's what we want to test now. And let's go back to the code to be sure we have the right params here, and going back and say it here. I think that's enough for now. So we just have in development mode true. And let's go in for the starting the application up and see about it starting as it should be. And it will be, and we close this one and open it one more time. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go inside the access token here. Remove those. And we have nothing here. So let's log in and see what's happening. Something is going wrong, so let's go in for the editor to see what's happening here. Not saved yet, so we have a little bit error here I need to fix. Okay, it's because we need the objects here. That's why. What I'm doing before, it's yeah, and then we'll say access token here. I'll just make it smaller here, and then it should be here. Let's try it again. Open the browser here and reload it. Nope, it's still having the error. So let's see what happening. Can't resolve the account access token. I figured out what's happening. So let's do it again. You can see here it's error, and what it's saying it's because I have account token and access token, and yeah. So what it's saying is this field does not exist, and that's weird because we have adding it. But I was doing this and I have a typo inside here. So that's why. So let's go back for the browser and see about it's working. And it's still not working, so that's great. And it's a new error, so let's fix this error and see what's happening here. And I'm almost pretty sure for this. It's because we don't have a return about the data. So I think if I'm doing this one and not at this, and if I'm adding 2 pages now, we just added one here for just let's call it test, just to be sure this is working. And going back here, we will remove this file later. It's only to confirm what we're working with. It's still working, and we still have a problem. And let's go up here and see what is the problem. It's a non-argument, so I'll check up that, because we will hit this error later. So that's pretty neat to fix now. Then we don't hit into more bugs. So yeah, I'll fix this bug and I'll explain what's happening. After a little bit fight with this error, then I finally got what the problem is. I forgot in the database here we have removed the providers fields here. So it's trying to make it in where this providers doesn't exist, and that's not correct, because it should always exist, at least be empty. And before we doing this, we were going for the account, and the default should be empty. So that's what the default value should never be gone. So that's the mistake from my side. And now it should working if we're going for the browser one more time, reload it, and we send it to the hello world. So now when we confirm to you can see to the access token confirm page, because we're not in development mode, and then we're going for the provider. Here we go. Development mode is true, so we should have been sending to the development mode. I'm just going inside to see why we didn't do this. If the provider settings in development mode is true, then we should be inside here, else confirm. If not, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Sorry, I'm just sitting here and thinking about why it's doing that. So that's correct, because we not have the provider inside, so we will of course hitting the confirm page. So that's what we want to do. And I think the next step will be to setting up the confirm page, so we can see what's happening here. But before we do this, I will just show you the access token we have. You can see now here we have the account ID, and then we have the access token. The access token is the JVT, so we can use this as a header to verify the information, but the client don't know what's happening inside. So that's what we're working with. So let's go into design the confirm page. I think that will be the right one. So create one down below here to I think I need to find the file here. Yes, we have it here. Just create a new one. Let's making a duplicate here and call it for confirm access. That's what we want. And inside here I will just remove this and say hello world, and I will have something called grant access. And let's go up here to the form again. We have it here, and confirm access should be confirm access. So if I'm going back for the site here and reload, it should having the nice design here. So that's what we want. So let's go back and start to design the page in the confirm access. So let's type in the code here, and what I want to do inside here, it's a div tag, and I will have the div with the float. I have a left here, and with 25, right, 10. And what I want to do now is I want to place an image, and what I use is a place kitty.com and 2525 and style max width is equal to 100% of the object. And then we need to say div tag here, style float left, and inside this we need to say strong, and we have the name. The name should be the project name, and then I have the small and this site UL. That's what we want here. And below here we want to say style clear both. That's what we want here. Yeah, let's saving it and let's going back and see what we have here. You can see we have the site kitty here. That's nice. And let's go back, and now we have the blog content, and inside here we want the form, and we have a method, and this is the post. I will say when I have setting this up and we are done, I'll basically stop this video. I know I promised to create a lot of stuff inside this video, but I can see the time for this video is just taking off. But don't be worried. I will create a following video for this one to complete this session, but I need to break it a little bit up, and I'm sorry for that. And that's what we want to do, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate your time here with me. So let's say div tag here and margin 10 pixels, 10 0. That's meaning in the top it's margin 10, right 0, bottom 10, left 10. Sorry, top 10, right 0, bottom 10, left 0. That's what I mean. Label here, and what we're doing is accept. Nope, we just say stylus cursor pointer, and 4 is equal to privacy policy. That's what we want. And what we going inside is input, and the type should be the checkbox, and then we need the ID for privacy policy, and that's it. Accept, and then we need the UL here, privacy policy, and we need to copy this one more time, and we will call it for terms of service. And then we need a little bit more down here. Style. This down will be the buttons, so don't worry. 50%. Float left, display block. And we need one more blocks. And here we want to the type submit. Class should be btn and btn danger. I know we don't have this classes read yet, but I will do this, and I will send the value to cancel. And the name for this button should be btn trigger. fine for now. Just copy this and we're going to accept, and we need a little bit up here, cancel. And I know when we're going inside to the browser now, it will look ugly. And yeah, it's a BGN. The button is always blue. So what we're gonna do now, we're going for the style sheet here. The style sheet, we need to do something here. We have the button. For now, I will just say BGN, and then I will just copy this and say BGN primary. That's the blue. Whoops. Here. And what I'm only interested in for this one should be the color inside the button, because everything else will be from the BGN function. Whoops. And then I know we will speak about the sign-in page. I will take care of that. Let's do it right now. We have the sign-in page here, and we can just say class BGN primary, and then we have fixed that. And going back for the style and style a little bit more, and now we need the danger and the succeeds. I think we don't have the danger put inside for this. Confirm here. Yeah, we need it here. And let's going back for the style sheet. And for the style sheet, we have the two bags here. We have the danger and the succeeds should be in the background. 1E7 E34. I have the hex code on the second screen. And then we have the border here, 1C74330, and the colors should still be white. And then we have the background here would be BD 2130, and down here should be B21 F2D. And if we're going back to the browser here, it should change the way we have the color, and that's what it's doing. I know we have some like the marking here and something like that, but we don't care for that right now. And that's the style sheet changing. And yeah, that's it for now. I think we only need to go back for the form. So we inside in the confirm access we'll get a little bit more details. Let's say we have the name here and say hello world, and we have the site URL, URL test.com. Let's see about it's working. It should be that, and it's doing this. So I just need a BR bracket, so it's looking a little bit smooth. Confirm access here, scrolling up, and then we go. So that's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoy, and remember the next part we will hit this accept button and do something with it. I really hope you will stay here with me and subscribe this channel. You can do it in the button for the right, pressing the ding, and remember everything you can see here in the videos is found on my GitHub repository, and I will soon push a new version of this project for Docker. You can try it out. I have instruction inside my GitHub, of course, and if you have any questions, please make comments below. I would really appreciate to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much, and hope to see you next time. Bye.